We've been a leader in banking for more than 100 years. You'll find us here, at home, on your phone, and everywhere you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Sponsored by Renaissance Bank.
Good morning and welcome to Daily Journal Newsbreak for Friday, March 9th. I'm your host, Chris Kiefer, and we're going to take a look at the top news and sports stories from Northeast Mississippi. But first, let's start with your weather forecast. Today we're looking at partly cloudy skies with a high of 66 and a low of 48. It's a 0% chance of rain. Looking ahead at your 3-day outlook, Saturday, 100% chance of rain, high of 60 and a low of 50. Sunday, more rain, it's a 40% chance with a high of 57 and a low of 33. And Monday, back to partly cloudy skies with a high of 57 and a low of 35. Let's take a look now at today's top headlines. The Mississippi House significantly amended the Senate's transportation bill on Thursday. The bill is known as the Building Roads, Improving Development and Growing the Economy Bill, or the Bridge Act. It is lawmakers' latest plan to address what most agree is the state's deteriorating transportation system. However, the proposal generates little new money. The House version removes a Senate proposal to establish a new entity controlled by the governor. It would have carried out some of the same functions as the Department of Transportation. Both the House and Senate proposals call for the issuance of bonds to pay for specific projects across the state. A large portion of the bond funds in both proposals are directed to projects in the Jackson metro area. However, the House version passed Thursday includes more projects from other regions of the state, including Corinth, Ripley, and Itawamba County in northeast Mississippi. The amended bill now goes back to the Senate. Negotiations on transportation will likely continue until the final days of the session. More than 4,000 Mississippi National Guard soldiers will be heading to Texas by the end of the month in preparation for deployment to the Middle East. By the end of June, the members of the Tupelo-based 155th Armored Brigade Combat Team will begin a 9-month deployment in support of Operation Spartan Shield. The 155th will be based out of Kuwait. This will be the third time the Dixie Thunder Brigade has been deployed to the Middle East since 2004. To get ready for the deployment, soldiers started arriving at Camp Shelby and Camp McCain in February to go through medical checks, as well as qualifying with firearms and grenades. They also began the arduous task of loading the equipment. The soldiers will spend up to 3 months in Texas as the soldiers and equipment are assembled and prepared to be transported to the Middle East. Once the deployment starts, all of the soldiers will be moved nearly 8,000 miles in a 3-week span. Once their 9-month tour overseas is completed, the soldiers will begin returning home next spring. A public transportation plan proposed by Tupelo Mayor Jason Shelton now looks increasingly unlikely. That has left City Hall exploring new transit options. Ongoing turnover of key staff at Lifecore Health Group makes it unlikely that the city will pay the mental health services provider to operate the program. Lifecore CEO Ricardo Fraga recently left his post in a move that was unexpected by City Hall leadership. That follows the recent departure of Sheila Staples, who is director of Lifecore's transportation arm. Last fall, Shelton proposed paying Climb Up to operate a fixed route transit system 3 days per week. Tupelo Chief Operations Officer Don Lewis said the city is back to reimagining possible proposals. Lewis and Jim Caniglio, who heads a citizen task force, spoke of efforts to seek new partners. The City Council has set aside $225,000 in a transportation fund, and that money is available for use. And in sports, one Northeast Mississippi school will win a girls basketball state title today. Division rivals Ingomar and New Site will face off today at 1 p.m. in the MHSAA Class 2A State Championship at the Mississippi Coliseum in Jackson. Ingomar has claimed the last 2 2A state titles and is hoping to be the first team in school history to win 3 straight. That provides an extra incentive to a senior class that includes starters Mallory Russell, Lindsey Hall, and Maggie Smithy. Russell tore her ACL in the middle of last season and had to watch the state title from the bench. Her return added a stronger inside presence that has helped key this season's run. Another addition this season is senior transfer Jatia Jones, who leads the Lady Falcons with 12.3 points per game. Ingomar enters with a 36-1 record while New Site is 24-10. The two have played twice this season, with Ingomar winning both by an average of 28 points. New Site is playing much better basketball right now. The The Lady Royals have only turned the ball over 11 times in their 2 wins in Jackson, and Madison Farr is averaging 25.5 points in those 2 games. New Site is searching for its 2nd state title after winning its 1st in 2012. That does it for Newsbreak on this Friday. Don't forget that this show is just one of the many online offerings courtesy of the Daily Journal that gets you news off the page and on the go. The Memo podcast takes a deep dive into a single topic each week to give you a greater understanding of Northeast Mississippi. This week's show looks back at the career of Senator Thad Cochran, who will retire next month after 46 years on Capitol Hill. We've got lots of personal stories from those who knew him well. Listen in Apple Podcasts and Google Play or online at memo.thejournal.com. And Ole Miss and Mississippi State fans listen to the Double Coverage podcast with beat reporters Parrish Alford and Logan Lowry. On Thursday's episode, they talked about the SEC basketball tournament, baseball stadiums, and the Mississippi State women's basketball team. Listen in Apple Podcasts and Google Play or online at doublecoverage.thejournal.com. And each story discussed today on Newsbreak can be found in your Daily Journal or online at thejournal.com, where you can also catch a new episode of Newsbreak each weekday morning at 7 a.m. Thanks for joining us. I'm Chris Kiefer. Have a great day.